Hey, I'm so happy you're joining me today for this extra bonus. So today I want to talk about what I believe is the number one thing preventing you from reaching your health goals and exactly what you can do to change this thing so you can really jumpstart your healing journey. So when I first started getting sick after I had food poisoning, I really thought there was something seriously wrong with me. I was having severe joint pain, I was having massive fatigue, and I started having issues with my heart. So I really wanted a disease diagnosis. I thought somehow that would, give me some answers. It would point me in the right direction, or at least explain what was going on with my body. And I can tell you that getting the diagnosis of lupus actually made things a lot worse because I became the disease. People would ask me, well, why aren't you working? Or, why can't you come out with us? And I would just tell them that I had lupus. And it became an excuse. So it took me years to unlabel myself from the diagnosis and to realize that it was just my body trying to tell me that something is wrong and I needed to learn how to listen. So I really had to take responsibility for what was happening with my body because I had never taken care of it. I had had a poor diet my whole life, and I always took a lot of medication. I took many antibiotics. So once I took responsibility for what was happening in my life, I was able to make some really big changes. And a big key to that was making a mindset shift. So to do this, what I need you to do is I need you to set really big goals. So not just a small goal like I wish I had the energy to go take my dogs for a walk, or I wish I didn't have any pain tomorrow so that I can go and enjoy some activities with my family. You need to set really big goals. Basically, you have to see yourself and believe that you're going to be free from every one of your health issues, and not just temporarily, forever, that they're going to be gone and they're not going to come back. And to do this, you have to have a language shift. The way you talk to yourself, the way you talk to other people is so important. So I used to tell people all the time that I have lupus, and I made the first change I made was changing it to I am healing from lupus, or I will heal from lupus. And after that, when I really started believing that, it became I am free from lupus, I am pain-free, I am healthy, I am full of energy. So really owning it, really believing it. And that's visualizing it and changing your language is the first step. The second step that is so important is you need to relate it and visualize what you're going to do when you're free from your health issues. So what's your big why in life? What motivates you? What inspires you? What keeps you going? Is it your kids? Is it your spouse or your career? Do you love to travel? Is there an activity that you love to do? So you really need to see yourself being free from your health issues and doing the things that you love to do and the things that you want to do, and set really big goals. So for me, when I was sick, I didn't think I was ever going to be able to have a baby because I couldn't take care of myself. I had to move home with my parents, and a baby was just out of the question, and I had completely given up hope that I would ever have a baby. So when I made these mindset shifts, one of my big goals that I visualized every single day was I would see myself pain-free, free from lupus, full of energy, and I would see myself having a healthy baby and having a healthy pregnancy. So that was one of my goals. Another big goal of mine is I love to train my dogs. I love to walk my dogs. So I didn't just make up a small goal that, I want to be out walking my dogs like I am today in the nice cold Canadian winter. But I would see myself running and training my dogs, and I want to be on the World Agility Team, and I would literally visualize myself, close my eyes, and I would visualize myself and my dog getting on a plane, traveling over to Europe to the World Championships, see myself carrying the flag, the Canadian flag, and see myself carrying my dog, and like being on the World Agility Team. So that was a huge goal of mine. And then another really big goal of mine is I really don't like winter. Everybody knows that. You can see it's November and we've already got some snow. It's quite cold. So I always wanted to spend the winter in a really warm climate. But when I was sick, I was homebound. Like I couldn't leave, and there was no way I could travel and have the stress of taking my dogs to another country and being away from home. So and I wasn't working, so I didn't have any money, but I would still close my eyes and I would visualize myself being in my car, crossing the border with all my dogs, you know, staying in hotels with the dogs, being at the ocean with my dogs, and just getting away for the winter. So I want you to do this exercise twice a day, once in the morning when you wake up and the last thing before you go to bed. And you're probably thinking, well, you know, this mindset shift is just not going to magically make me better. And I totally agree. But what it's going to do is it's going to light a fire underneath you that is so big. It's going to fuel your desire to heal. Focusing on these goals, seeing them every day, you're going to find a way to make them happen. Literally, doors are going to start opening. So before I started doing this exercise, I was still chasing trial and error. I was spending thousands of dollars. I was still suffering. I couldn't take my dogs for a walk. I couldn't travel. I wasn't working. So when I started doing this, things started to change. I had the motivation and the inspiration. I invested in myself. I took an amazing program. I invested in testing. I found a way to get to the root cause of my health issues, and I found a way to heal my body. And you can do that too, because it's amazing. Every single goal that I was visualizing while I was sick, it's coming true. I have an amazing young dog that I plan to make it onto the World Agility team. And at the end of this video, I'll share our first trial this year, and she's just super fast, and you can see just how fast I have to run to get her, to keep up with her. And I never thought I was going to be able to run again. So that is totally amazing. We are going to be going to Florida for 6 weeks this year and bringing all the dogs with us. So again, totally amazing. Things are happening. Things that I was visualizing are all coming true. And the most amazing thing is I'm able to, you know, spread the word and inspire and motivate others. And that was a huge goal of mine, that I really wanted to help other people heal their body and give them hope that it is totally possible. So you have to ask yourself, what can you afford, like, to lose? Like, can you afford to keep suffering? Can you afford to miss out on your family and friends? Can you afford to lose your job, or like I did? Can you afford to not do this exercise? Like, it's a simple exercise, and I ask you just to try it twice a day. It takes 5 minutes. Visualize yourself, make massive goals, see it happening, and I know that it's going to come true. I know I can see you reaching your goals. I can see you being pain-free. I can see you being full of energy. So I hope you guys enjoyed this extra bonus. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you stay tuned to watch my little dog and I do some agility, and keep watching out in your email. I do have one extra bonus for you that I think you're really going to enjoy. So take care and have yourself an amazing day. Bye.